she got into comedy, and then you run the second one, then it'll be an extension of the first one talking about her comedy. If you do it in reverse, we're just finding this out, but she's already been on an episode with us.
It don't matter.
I just want hers to start here, instead of in reverse.
All right, we are on air right now, live.
The last thing people need to see is her being funny on that episode, because
so
that's
not be funny.
No, because she's going to sell tickets. All they need to do is see it. Is what I'm saying. Are we recording?
We're recording right now.
Okay. We just met this lady just 5 minutes ago. She was walking by, and we said, "Hey, come on over.
Come in the studio.
We've got 300 people that are sitting out here, but we got one seat, and we want you to have it special up front because today we have a celebrity."
I'm gonna wait. Go ahead. What's her name?
Tvonia. Beautiful, beautiful name. Not Tvonia. It's Tvonia. Anyways, long story short, Tvonia was on Dr. Phil. Which is
put her shit out there like that?
No, I told her I was going to let her tell her story, and I said, "How much can I tell?" Okay. Amazing that we have somebody that even cares enough to be on the show, but has some celebrity status. Anyways, she was on Dr. Phil for gambling, having an addiction to gambling. She's going to tell you about it. And I got to say something. I didn't tell you this before the show, and this is horrible, and I feel bad. But I was used to, during COVID, I took a job answering the phone for Gamblers Anonymous Hotline.
Yeah.
I was there 2 days, and they fired me. Listen, every time somebody would call in, I'd say, "Listen, I got $20, says I know why you called here."
I bet you don't.
Supervisor, hey. Tell him I got 40. No. Anyways, this right here is a crazy story, and I love that she's going to tell it because it ends in massive success and things she's doing with her comedy. But let me say this, as much as I just made a joke, it's definitely something serious. Anyways, she was on Dr. Fit. Okay, tell us about it. Tvonia.
Well, let me just back up a little bit.
You start over if you want to. This story's amazing.
You know, for me, like, gambling started a long time ago. My love for gambling. I was gambling at Chuck E. Cheese as a child.
Really?
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese is nothing but a gambling establishment.
Dude, it is. For kids. Dude, it's a casino.
It's a casino for kids.
Just not.
Dude, instead of strippers, they got animated characters.
They do.
Instead
of drinks, they got pizza.
Dude.
Little punch and shit.
Oh, didn't they start sliding some beer in there?
Yeah.
Adults.
In the pitcher?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was gambling at Chuck E. Cheese. I was going to a place, to beg my whoever parent I had at the time for some money to put coins into a machine to get tickets. To get a crappier toy than what I had already at home.
Oh, so you were hustling other people in the Chuck E. Cheese?
I was pushing kids over, sticking my finger in their pizza, stealing their tokens, their tickets. I was going ham in there. And then when it's time to leave, I'm kicking and screaming, they're trying to get me in the car because, just like I was when I was gambling as an adult. Same way. Like,
the game that I hate the most that I was hooked on is the one that they push all the coins off the edge and it falls down. Oh, I hated that.
Okay, let me
all kind of money in
there. I got this is amazing. Were you doing it for the tickets and the toy, or internally were you doing it for the bells and the whistles and the noises?
I was doing it for all of the above. The tickets, the toys, the bells, the whistles, the escape, the fact that, I don't have to watch my mom get her ass beat in the woods with a 2x4 by some drug dealer. You know what I mean? Like, this was my happy place.
I guess.
Let me live.
That's where kids now, gamers, they get off in there. My son's got one of those VRs, and he has the Gorilla Tag is the game he likes. And it's the whole premise is just kids run around playing tag, but it gets him out of his escape,
Yep.
Yeah, very cool.
I like video games, man, and I think it's amazing.
But when it's costing money and then you can't cut it off.
Yes.
And that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah.
The kids make money, but they have to be there almost 24/7 for other people to watch them what they're doing, and now they make money.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Everything is circulating around money. The money that's not even real anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, in this scenario, my son's the machine, and I'm the one feeding money into it. And it's never Hey Dad, can I get $10 for this? Hey Dad, can I get $5 for that? I'm like, yeah. And then I look at my phone bill. I'm like, $350 Apple bill. Oh yeah, I was trying to get him to leave me alone on the porch. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's when I was cooking and he wouldn't stop. Making lasagna, which oddly enough rhymes with your name, Tvonia. Yeah. Okay, so we're Chuck E. Cheese, and it goes from there to where?
So it goes from there to maybe about my early 20s. I hadn't gambled any, until my early 20s, until I met this man that had a guitar that would ride a bike in a 5-mile radius to different stores.
To play the guitar?
To buy lottery tickets.
So
and he would buy them.
Whoa.
Wait, go back to the guitar bar.
Okay, listen, hold on.
He had a guitar.
You just and I appreciate your story, but you just jumped a segment. Maybe it's just in my brain. But you said you met a man who had a guitar with a bike that he would ride to stores.
Yeah, he would ride to different stores.
But the fact that he has a guitar is not really important right now in the story.
No, just to bring context.
Okay.
If you ever saw me,
dude, I'm so interested in this story. Like I just
don't leave out the small.
No, I got into the chapter where I feel like somebody tore a page out, and now I'm freaking out because I don't want to miss it. Okay, so
he would just ride his bike
and how did you meet him?
He come into the store I worked in.
Okay.
So I worked at the Starbucks, and he would be in the grocery section by the machine that dispensed the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And he would tell me, he would get excited, and he would go back to the machine, and he would scratch some more, and I would watch him. And I never thought anything about it until maybe my first time going to Vegas. I went to Vegas the first time in 2018 in July. Was in a new relationship.
Right, you said July.
Dude, they hit you with the slot machine.
July of 2018.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
Vegas hit you with the slot machines in the airport.
Yeah, they do. And the gas stations.
So I went there.
You can play at the pump or something.
I went there with like my $500 for my time that I was there.
Yeah.
Not thinking that I had a gambling addiction brewing inside. So I go and put a couple of dollars in the machine. Well, $500 later.
She's going to the casino, putting her fingers in people's pizza.
Pushing them over, stealing their tickets out of their machine.
In the background's the Jabberwockies doing their animated shit. It's Chuck E. Cheese.
All over again.
Listen, I went to Lost and Found. We were at Caesar's Palace. We were staying at Mandalay Bay, and somehow we got over a drink at Caesar's Palace, and I won $1,200 roulette. And about 2 hours later, I was explaining to somebody how it wasn't really my money anyway. You know what I mean? So we were leaving, and I'm hammered, right? I saved enough that I got to rent us this big Hummer back to the other hotel. And I'm going by, and just the comic in me, I go over to Lost and Found, and I tap on the glass, and the lady goes, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah." I said, I lost something. And she's like, "What?" I go, $1,200. I go, "Has anybody brought it by?" She just turned around and walked off. But we laugh about it, joke about it. We've all been laughing.
But just imagine that being someone's life every day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what about the daily thing cracks me up.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is
do it daily.
The unfunny thing is on the other end of that $500 is parents and kids, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, mortgage or paying rent.
Right.
And I joking around. I bet on a football game this weekend, and I told my buddy, I was like, "Hey, let me get back to you. This rent ain't gonna lose itself." Because I think internally we all know that the odds are
against us. Yeah.
Against us. But that's also kind of how you feel if you live a life where the odds are against you. You kind of feel like, I want to prove somebody wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My teacher always said I was a loser. I'll show you this Bracken's worth.
I think we might have the same teacher.
Right.
What was your favorite game to play at the casino?
Anything that would accept my money.
Everything.
Anything that I had so it wasn't when it was a separation between state lottery and casino. State lottery, okay, the scratch off tickets. My mind is thinking instant reward. I don't care about any numbers coming out because that takes too long to figure it out. To find out what the outcome will be. So I look at the scratch off tickets. Oh, this scratch off ticket has a line here, or the letter is missing right here, or the preparation is a little bit different, or it's a number 9 or a number 19. Those numbers tend to hit more. You know what I mean? Or if the tickets are put in frontwards or backwards, that matters too. It's a mind fuck. And the more you sit there,
so let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. Is a lot of that just made up in your head?
Yeah, or is it really?
It's stuff that people have told me. Some of the stuff is made up in my head. Some of the stuff is from experience. But the thing is, in psychology, it's a fixed ratio intervention schedule. which means that you get a reward, but you don't know what that reward is, if it's going to come, when it's going to come, or what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole mind fuck is. You start to think, like, it happened like this before, it has to happen like this again. Yeah. Or if it didn't, then I've had so many duds, it's got to be a winner somewhere. But that's like hundreds of dollars.
I've heard that same thing that you're speaking of. And the definition somebody gave me is like being put in jail, but they don't tell you when you get out. It could be tomorrow, it could be a week from now, whatever. But every day you're getting up thinking all day long, hey, this might be the day I get let out. This might be the day I get let out. Exactly.
Yeah. My game was blackjack because you would go up and go down, but I could kind of make it kind of go up mostly. So yeah, you would lose some and you would win some, but at the same time, you either want to stay even or you want to go up a little bit.
I never played card games. I never bet on sports.
What?
I never bet
Didn't
on
happen
horses.
fast enough.
No, because I didn't understand it. It wasn't something that I wanted to take the time to understand. Yeah. I wanted an instant reward. I wouldn't even scratch my damn tickets. I would scratch the bottom of it just to see what those letters say.
Really?
Yeah, because if the letters say HUN, that means 100 or more. Like, yes, bitch. Ding. You know, everything was a ding for me. Like a ding.
That's hilarious.
You know? Like, it really brought me to my demise, though, when, you know, like you said, you started spending your rent money, your all kind of different things. How did you? Because I want this to end with the cool shit we found out about you, the progress.
How did it end?
Just
where
she's
taking life and how she's going skyrocketing.
Well, the thing is,
but I gotta ask you this: how did you end up on Dr. Phil?
I ended up on Dr. Phil through a lady that I know that knew a man that was on the show.
Okay.
And he was for the Stop Predatory Gambling campaign, like the marketing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We're trying to calm all that down. We can't get rid of gambling. That's just something we can't do.
Right.
People are going to do it regardless. But
right.
we need to put some parameters in place.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been working with him and like senators and people in my area. Like they've taken the machines down in Virginia out of the stores.
Yeah.
You know, that's a step.
But you're huge in this campaign.
Oh yeah. I did an ABC News special as well, talking about battling lottery addiction and how, you know, states are, unproportionately targeting certain areas of demographics of people that suffer with the gambling addiction, and that's none of their control. Like, because it's like they're like blatant drug dealers with their jackets wide open, saying, "Hey, I got the good stuff."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, the casinos jump all over it because in the inner city and everything else, all the billboard advertisements way cheaper. So they're going to load up everywhere they can.
And if you look at where they put the casinos, it's where people already don't have money.
Yeah.
And those are the people that patronize these establishments every day trying to get some money, but they're just putting the money back into a system. And they say that they help, schools and this and that. But, like, why does one demographic of people have to fail in order for another to rise? That's my whole question. Is that what America's built on? Yeah. Of course that's what America's built on.
And we ain't cutting that out, Dr. Phil. You didn't air that, did you?
Take that to the bank and cash it.
Well, did you? When you found out.
Man,
okay.
When you found out that I was coming to the show and I was going to eat your ass up.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
Dr. Phil's on another show about being torn down by Gambling Anonymous or whatever. She calls me and screams at me, Like, it's okay, Dr. Phil. It's going to be okay. Yeah, can't edit everything. Oh, damn. Okay, so you went from... Okay, so we were talking. This is the exciting part of this. Mm-hmm. As much as a thrill as that is, you found something that gives you the same high.
Stand-up comedy.
Boom.
Love it.
Yeah, I couldn't do both. I couldn't gamble my life away and look like I was smoking crack all day, and then try to go do comedy. It doesn't work. You have to like have a sound mind. Because like really what gambling was doing was just making my mind just go crazy. Yeah. It was short-circuiting my mind to the point where I didn't know left from right. I was driving erratically, like just off my shit,
That's
but stand-up comedy, I said I gotta have money to pay for my venue. I gotta have money to pay, for my open mic fee or whatever it is.
Wow. And open mic fee? They have open mic fees?
Man, they're so whack. Yeah, some places do $5 to get on stage.
Shut up! Yeah. Have you ever played? I've never paid to get on stage.
It keeps the venue open.
I've never been paid either direction from you to get into, out, nothing. I've never made any. There's been no exchange of money between me and mine.
Yeah, Cash App is Cash App, and you can get on stage.
That's crazy.
4 or 5 minutes, $1 a minute.
Okay. Not only does he not charge to get on stage, if there's a girl in the audience, back when he was single, that was like, oh my God, I think I could do comedy. He's like, absolutely, I got a spot for you. Come on over. Let me get a phone number. And we would have to sit through 5 minutes of the worst. Well, my friends and family think I'm funny. I'm like, oh, Monty's trying to get laid. I was like, hey, I'll just struggle through it. Dude, and every show, he'd always have, I told him he was the king of the 4s and 5s because he'd go out there and drift in. And if there's somebody out there that got up and did a show that he got you up at a bar and I was there that night, you were, okay, talking about you maybe.
No, but my thing is, I give anybody a chance who wants to do it. If I feel
Which is
like,
horrible idea
it's
when
not.
you're doing a show.
But no, okay, depends on what kind of show it is. If it's somebody I'm showcasing, like when we do ours on New Year's, that's a showcase.
Yeah.
But if it's just an open mic show, I don't care if you're coming off the street, just try to entertain us for 5 minutes.
Right.
Okay, so here's what I want to know. How often do you get to Nashville? Not often.
This is my first time since 13. So
Okay.
and
you've got Monty's information.
Yep.
And I'm going to give you my information. Anyway, I can say to whoever's watching this that I've been around this girl she's been in the studio about an hour. And I have had some of the best laughs. So I got to catch it. I got to see what you're doing.
Yeah,
and,
follow me on Instagram at Kindakhool or Kindakhool Comedy on YouTube.
Can I just call you Miss Thomas?
Miss Thomas.
Well, how do you say her first name?
Princess.
He couldn't get it. Well, let me tell you about Tvonia.
He's trying to flex right now.
No, listen.
It's not like he's doing my eulogy.
Hold on a second. No, here's what we're really going to do. Because her story is amazing.
Yeah.
And we're going to have her on again. Or was this...
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we had 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So you'll have
Okay, so, we got 2 episodes. Okay, here's what I'm going to get at. For the 4 people that tune in to see this. No, here's what I'm saying.
7.5.
Let's one more time run through the how to find you. Because in case somebody missed that. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. Right now, we're going to take a 10-second pause for you to go get a pen, get your phone on. Do whatever it is you got to do because I'm first of all, even if we have to Zoom you got to be on the show more often.
Yes, definitely.
And when we do shout outs, if you'll give either one of us your information, if you got something going on wherever you're at, we'll shout it out. Has anybody got their phone on yet?
Get it on this TV.
Phone, phone. Okay, are you ready? Now, Tvonia, tell them again how they get a hold of you.
Get a hold of me on Instagram at Kindakhool, Kindakhool. Or what is the other thing called? Facebook at Tvonia Thomas, Tvonia, last name Thomas. I'm available for bookings, open mics, whatever you got. I'm just trying to perfect my craft.
Best way for a booker to get a hold of you.
Best way for a booker to get hold of me on my Instagram at Kindakhool.
Anywhere that you got clips.
DMs.
Where can we see it? Anything online?
I got clips on Instagram. I got 1 clip on YouTube. I'm trying to figure all that stuff out.
Well, you are going to have an extra follower because I got to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And let me tell you this. If she really, really wanted to roast you, Dr. Phil.
Oh, my God.
She could have. Just from talking.
Heard some of the stuff I already said.
How about that?
Yeah. Dr. Phil. He looks like a thumb with hair. You know what I mean? Doesn't he? Looks like somebody smashed.
He looks like the back of a big toe.
That's what he is. Dr. Toe.
Dr. Toe.
How much time have we got?
Speaking of toes.
10 minutes.
My toenails.
We got 2 minutes left?
10 minutes.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Forget toenails.
5 minutes and then we end it on shout outs.
I know. Okay. Well, I didn't know. I got into the story. Okay. Now, we got to keep going if we got time. We're first comedy club. And first time that you really, if it was the first time on stage, that's fine. But the first time where you really thought to yourself, I could make a career out of this. This could be something I could really pursue, which I support that you do that. When was that? What was that moment?
It really wasn't a moment for me. Because like every time I get on stage, I get the laughs, I get the attention. I've only had 1 bad experience. But for me, I guess I just have it inside of me that I know that I'm funny and someone has to pay me for this eventually. I've been through too much bullshit for you not to pay me.
Dude, how hard do you go through all that and have humor on the other side of it?
Yeah, that's the part. If you can go through everything you've been through, that you've talked about, and still make comedy, you're going to do good.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was telling Marcy, I was like, my mom loved drugs. Like, that shit was hilarious growing up. You have no idea some of the things. Like knowing how to turn the water on once the water company has cut the water off. You know, on the side of the road and on the curb.
Okay, well listen, I don't know the black experience, but on that I said I don't know the black experience, but I know how to cut the water back on. So far we're in the same ballpark. Hey, did you know that they don't cut your electric off at the pole? They do it with a signal now.
Yeah,
Really?
they do it from the station.
Found that out about 2 weeks ago. Monty will tell you. How many times? Okay, this is how poor I've been growing up. How many times do you know the power's off, but you still go by habit to flip the light on?
Yeah.
Because the power being off is still normal?
Well, you don't think about it during the day. During the day, you know, you got sunlight and the lights coming in.
Yeah.
But there's still rooms that are kind of darker, and so you still go to flip those lights on.
Yeah. Thank you.
I lived in an apartment complex one time, and you know, when you're in an apartment complex, yeah, your electricity may be off. I used to run an extension cord out to the hallway and plug up, and I could run the TV and alarm clock. I can get up, go to work. Got a little electric stove. I can cook.
Hey.
Microwave. So I was good for like another week.
Oh my God.
Until I got my paycheck. Now I'm like, all right, unplug, put it back in there.
So when
my mother lived like that for 6 months. No
6
water,
months?
no lights. Like she was literally smoking up everything.
So there's right below my apartment is an Airbnb. Like if you got family coming into the apartment, or if you got family coming to town, there's a couple apartments you can rent, like hotel rooms. One of them's right below me. Well, when I moved from the 1-bedroom to 2-bedroom, they put me in that for about a week because the people I was supposed to move in hadn't got out. And so it was going to be a week delay before I'd be able to move in. But the one below me is the exact same, setup. But while you're in there, you get free internet because you're in the Airbnb. Mm-hmm. Well, next week, they moved me into my apartment that I'm in now, and I was waiting on my Wi-Fi to get hooked up. And my son's in there playing his game, and I go, are you online? He's like, yeah. I go, how'd you get online? He said, I just went on the Wi-Fi. I go, what Wi-Fi? He goes, the Wi-Fi that we had when we were downstairs. I go, it's up? He's like, yeah, I got all 4 bars. And I'm like, that's because I got the internet hooked up.
Yeah.
And we're still rolling on the 4 bars downstairs. And the maintenance guy lives across the hallway. I told him, I said, dude, because, obviously you got to make sure you know him good. He goes, is that you? And I go, what do you mean? He goes, I'm on the same one. Dude, he's across the hall and I'm straight above it. And we're all just, people at Airbnb are going, we can't get no signal. The power's down in here.
You're burning it up.
No,
but here's where I lucked out, is I took a picture of the back of the modem because it wasn't on when I first got in there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Here, listen, that part of the story makes me the blackest white guy. And your part of the story where it makes you the whitest black guy.
He calls me that all the time because I hang out with a lot of white people.
No, you call me that all the time.
No, I never called you that. Let me tell you about him. He's creative. When we first started doing comedy, he had this idea. You heard of Kings of Comedy.
Right. We
did Comedy of Mafia in Nashville. So, Kings of Comedy all wore suits and they look good.
Right.
Well, and Music City Mafia.
Music City Mafia was another one. So we were slaying you with jokes. That was our catchphrase.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he started, he quit doing it. I'm like, well, you the one started this motherfucking shit, and then not do it? So
I'm glad to see you got over it.
I recruited other people and like,
dude, let's do it again.
Comedy's such a male-dominated.
No, we had one female. Look like we was doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, we look like we was doing it.
No, we didn't. He's just saying.
No. I got a picture of it.
We had a female?
I did. You didn't because you didn't do it.
Are you talking about the girl sitting on your lap?
No, that girl.
Not that girl.
Okay, how does I started it and you didn't approve that another comic's come in? You just take my idea.
Because you wasn't doing it.
Okay, let him look for that.
No,
so
it's okay.
First,
go ahead.
Okay, let me ask you this. When did you got your first big laugh at something that you wrote that you really, really wanted to deliver?
I think it was the big bitch pad, because like that joke has multiple punchlines throughout the story.
Yeah.
And when I hit one of the punchlines about something kind of halfway political, you know, like just touching on it and touching it on this, you know. And I got a lot of laughs from that joke.
Can you and I with the shows I do here in Nashville, I got like 1 or 2 jokes right off the bat to feel the heat of the crowd, and I'll tell a joke that's edgy, and everybody just falls on their ass, and I go, oh, okay, I was just testing the water, see what kind of crowd I got.
Right.
Do you have one of those jokes when you get up, or you throw it out there, or do you kind of know going up there?
Actually, it's like when I introduce myself. I introduce myself as the 76-year-old black mechanic missing his pinky finger that'll fix it your carburetor for a pack of Newport Short soft pack and a Coke 45. I got a lot of keys that I jangle on my side of my belt here.
That would be awesome.
Real disrespectful. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's
talk to them about going to high school with their grandma.
Here it is.
But if you don't look like that, that's not who you want fixed.
Go ahead, girl.
That was a comedy mafia.
Okay, no. Let me tell you something. He'll show you the photo of all of us and me. All they did was put her in my seat because they had nobody else to sit there, and she's white. See what I'm saying?
The token white person.
That's like I was the Big Mac, she's the Big Mick, or whatever. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So
5 minutes. We got shout outs now.
Well,
that was it.
5 minutes. No.
Okay, we can go whenever.
Yeah, because if we ain't getting through this, we're going to have to go a little longer because this is interesting.
No, go ahead.
So, because I jumped all over it. What was the first time that you got that big laugh where you knew instantly this is it for me?
She just said
the very first time I got on stage.
No, I'm saying I asked her if she had a joke.
When I was asked, how long have I been doing this? I was like, oh, they think I'm professional.
Yeah.
Ooh, professionals. I didn't know, but
don't look at him. He's never had that.
It's like I had been building jokes over like a 6-year period of time. After when COVID was going on, like I was like really writing jokes. So I wrote the one called the Big Bitch Pad because it's like similar to like an experience I really had in true life. Every woman gets their period, what. And so I'm at work and it's like balls to the walls in the office. There's only one female, but she's a big bitch.
Yeah.
She's like 7'9", 732 pounds, soaking wet.
Fucking wet.
Soaking wet.
Vince McMahon's already calling the podcast right now. Where was that?
Get on.
Big bitch. I have to climb her kind of bitch.
Have you seen the one where the guy's sucking the woman's toe?
Oh,
that means it's a foot like this.
Yeah, that kind of. So I asked her for a pad, and I kind of like halfway regretted it after I tell you the story. But she hands me the pad over the cubicle, and it was in a manila envelope. So I didn't know what to do. So like I just stick it under my arm and just like walk, like kind of saunter to the bathroom with like Mar-a-Lago documents or some shit.
To get the
top secret.
Oh,
like I was thinking Mar-a-Lago documents off in the bathroom or something. So
did you flush the toilet? You just disappear into the floor.
No, I actually, it took me like 5 to 7 minutes to like, unwrap the motherfucker. I got to the end.
It had wings.
Like, so I had to unwrap this bitch for like 5 to 7 minutes. Like, it really took a long time to unwrap this.
Hold it over the shoulder like a belt and you just won something.
Like I won a WWE.
Yeah. Okay.
Championship. But I stick the thing in my underwear and I pull it up and I got pad up my chest and pad up the back of my back.
Shoulder straps.
Like this is and I like stuff it in like a t-shirt, like that I'm wearing.
Oh my God,
with my jeans,
picture
and I come out in the bathroom and I'm like, yo, where'd you get this silly Posturepedic ass pad from, girl? I did not know they made pads from big bitches. How big is your hoe? What happened to me?
Dude, you know what they say? You know how your girlfriend's putting on too much weight? This is when she can fit in your wife's clothes.
Oh, that's funny.
True story.
That sounds like my dad and my brother's mom.
Oh my goodness, Monty.
Yes.
What's real quick?
Yeah.
Because I know we don't have much time, that's why I did yours last. What's that one moment where you went, "This is me. I'm here"?
The second time I did it. Okay, the first time. Let me tell you the first time. First time was at Spanky's. We just started at Spanky's.
Yeah.
It's closed down now, but we started at Spanky's. And your first time, they give you 5 minutes to go tell your jokes. And up until then, I've always been a fan. I don't want to do it. I just love that this is what y'all do.
Yeah.
But then the comments started talking to me after, just as conversation. You're funny. Why don't you try it next time? All right, go to home and wrote 5 minutes worth of material. I get up there and I do it within 3 minutes because, you just joke. You don't get timing.
The space feels awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once I did it the first time, I'm like, oh, come on, I could have done better. So that's my drug, is to do better every single time. So now, after someone, dude, let me tell you something. She did research on me.
His joke about the dog.
She did research on me. I forgot I did a joke. 2 guys are watching this dog licks his own balls. He just one guy would talk to the other guy and said, "Man, I wish I could do that." And I said, "I would put his head first before you do that."
You guys just test out how he feels about everything.
I forgot I did that joke a long time ago, and she was like, "Yeah, that's how you do that."
It
And I was
was
like,
a long time ago. It was funny though.
But
It was
like,
good for me.
normally what you do is write, material, but then you kind of throw away some. I'd use that later, and then you're trying to build up an hour worth of material.
And then once Monty gets exactly what he wants to say, then he says the same thing for 20 years.
You've not known me for 20 years. Like
I know which way he's going to move his hand when he says it. He's like the people at Chuck E. Cheese we were talking about.
I'm an old soul, and I've just been trying to I want to incorporate some of that into my comedy.
Yeah.
I grew up with my grandparents primarily, and so a lot of my references are from old people kind of sayings. You know what I mean? Like the other night when we were in the podcast, I said there was 2 in the bed worth 2 in the bush. You know what I mean? 2 in the bed.
Oh, I love it.
He called me 2 nights ago. Said he had 3 women pounding on his motel door. I said, well, if you don't let them out, they're more than likely going to call the cops. All right, you got shout outs, Monty?
Yes, to you two. Thank you for doing this for me, and this is great. I love conversating. Let's see, give a shout out. Who else can I give a shout out to? I don't know.
Who do you want to give a shout out to?
I know too many people. Go for it.
I want to give a shout out to my crazy family, the whole lot of them. Half of them are, this way, and the other half are not so good kind of people. But, they made me, and it's funny. Thanks.
Interesting.
Okay, listen, Merry Christmas, by the way.
Yeah.
No, do you want to give a shout out to anybody watching, place they can go if they have an addiction?
Yes, if you have an addiction for gambling or any other addiction, you can call, is it the number 811?
I think so.
811 for help.
No, I didn't.
It's 811 if you feel like harming yourself or somebody else. But if you have a gambling addiction, primarily there's gamblersinrecovery.com.
Yeah.
You can find a meeting there at any time. Helps me. So check it out.
Awesome.
Yeah, very, very cool. Thank you for doing the show. And is that it?
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
We out. Peace.